Greetings everyone, this is Elbert Valles and today we're going to explore a Java program that implements three different sorting algorithms. First is we have a bubble sort, second is insertion sort, and lastly the selection sort. Where we are going to create a program that allows users to input a list of numbers and choose which sorting algorithms they want to use to sort that list. So as you can see is we have here a file sort file called sorting exercise.java and a package named sorting exercise. Let's go through the code step by step. So first we have to okay, um, call the package sorting exercise. Then we have to import a scanner class which is used to read the user input. So import java.util.scanner. Next is we have to create the name class. So let's start with public class, then the name of the file, sorting exercise. Now this line declares the main class of the program, as I said, the sorting exercise. So now we have to create a bubble sort method. So we have to declare it static since it's only one file. Then void name the method bubble sort, and inside the parameter is we have a primitive data int, and that int array int bracket as serves as our uh, one-dimensional array. Now we have to initialize an int n equal to r dot length, which stores the size of the array in the end. And after finish the initialization is we have to create a outer loop. So start with the for, then inside the parameter is the int I equal to 0 and the condition, and if I is less than 10, then I iterates. This outer loop controls how many passes or iterations will be made over the array. On each pass, the largest unsorted element bubbles up to its correct position in the array. It runs n-1 times because after n-1 passes, the array will be fully sorted. So next is the inner loop. So for, then inside the parameter is int I equal to 0, and our condition j I mean j now for our next variable for this inner loop, and the condition is n minus 1 and j iterates. So this loop goes through the unsorted portion of the array and compares adjacent elements. As the outer loop progresses, as I increases, the inner loop considers fewer elements because the last I elements are already sorted after each pass. So we have to add a condition if we have to create a code of if statement. So we have to create a parameter, and then inside the parameter is we have to call the array or the variable that inside this bracket is the j. Okay, then if the greater than r, then the bracket inside the bracket is the variable j, then plus 1, and that's it. So inside the inner loop, it checks if the current element rj is greater than the next element rj plus 1. If so, the elements are swapped, effectively moving the larger element to a higher index or bubbling it up. Then we have here the int temp as our variable, reference variable, then the r, and inside it is j. Then r j equal to r equal to r, then inside it is j plus 1, then lastly is r, inside of it is j plus 1, then equal to temp. This is a typical swapping procedure where a temporary variable, the temp, right here, is used to hold one of the values while the other is moved. It repeatedly steps through the list, compare adjacent elements, and swaps them if they are in the wrong order. This process is repeated until the list is sorted. So moving on for our next method for creating a insertion sort algorithm. So okay, right here. Okay, so first is we have create as the same static void, the return type, and the method name. Insertion sort. Then inside the parameter is we have the int and the same r as our variable. Then we have to initialize int I and n is equal to r dot length. Then we have to create a for loop that inside of it is we have the int I is equal to 1. Then the condition is I is less than n. Then we have to that I is going to increment or iterates. Then int I now that this initialization stores the size of the array in n, our variable. Then the outer loop starts from the second element I equal 1 and iterates through the array because the first element is considered already sorted. Now this for loop the outer loop runs from the second element index I equal to 1 to the last element of the array. The purpose of it is for each iteration of the outer loop, it picks an element called the key and inserts it into correct position in the sorted portion of the array, or the elements before R and then I. Now we have to create a k element that starts to int, then key is equal to R, then inside of it is we have I inside of our index. Then int, as I said, that this initialization is select the current element of I as the key, which will be inserted into the correct uh, place in the sorted part of the array with elements before I. Now we have, and also we have to create another j variable equals to I 10 minus 1. Now we have to create another kind of loop, the while loop, as served as our inner loop. Now declaring we have the I while, the inside the parameters, the j variable j, and if it's greater or equal to 0, and R inside the index is the j, then less than key. Right here our variable. Now the inner loop shift the elements in the sorted portion of the array to make a space for the key. The loop continues as long as rj elements in the sorted portion are greater than the key. Now r is j plus 1 then equal to r j. Now we have to create a j equal I minus 1. This initialize j as the last index of the sorted portion. Now we have to I know it has to be j equal to j. Then we have to create a shifting elements. Starts with our variable a in the square bracket. The inside of it is the variable j, then plus 1. I know, I just like na. Then equal r, then the variable j. I know, I get. That's to be equal the variable key. Now if the current element now if the current element rj is larger than the key, it is moved one position to the right. This process repeats for all elements in the sorted portion that are greater than the key. I know we have to, as we insert key in the correct position, that r inside the square bracket we have the variable j plus 1 equal to key. Once the correct position for the key is found, Rj is no longer greater than the key. The key is placed in slot created by shifting the larger element. It takes each element and places it in the correct position relative to the already sorted element. Should review. We have to review if there's a error maybe happen. Okay, I guess that's it. Now we just have to fix this align or organize this block curly braces. The next is we have to proceed the selection sort method. Now as same static return type void and the method name selection sort. No, this should be yeah, that's all. Now in the parameter it holds an int then same as our the reference variable. Now the selection sort method sorts the array by repeatedly selecting the smallest or largest element from the unsorted portion and moving it to the beginning. After that, creating this method, we're going now to initialize int n is equal to r dot length. This stores the size of the array in n, this our variable. Now we have to create another for loop for this method. So for int I is equal to 0, then I is less than n, then minus 1, and the iteration or incrementing of the value I, the variable I. Now the outer loop runs from the beginning of the array in up to to the second to last element. The purpose of it is each iteration of this loop selects the smallest unsorted element and places it in its correct position. And now we have to finding the maximum int and the variable min idx is equal to I. Now min idx, this should be capital, idx is initialized to the correct index I. This variable will keep track of the index of the maximum element found in the unsorted portion of the array. Now we have to create our inner loop. So inside the parameter is int j as our variable of this loop is equal to I plus 1, then j less than n, then iterates. Now the inner loop searches through the unsorted portion of the array from I plus 1 to the end to find the smallest element. The comparison if rj I know. So the comparison if j is greater than r min ATX, the our this variable right here, checks if the current element Rj is smaller than the element of the current min x. If it is min x I min idx is updated to j right here, making a new minimum element. Yes, right here as you can see, checks if the I min idx is updated to j, marking a new element, marking a new minimum element. Now next is we have here is swapping element called int temp equal to r. Inside this bracket is this our variable min idx, then that's it. And then r inside it of it is our variable again, then equal to r, then I, and lastly r that the I is equal to temp. Seems like doesn't really. So after finding the minimum element in the unsorted portion, it is swapped with the element at the current index of I. This places the smallest element found in the correct position in the sorted portion of the array. It maintains two subarray, a sorted one and a sorted one. So moving now, we have here a helper method to print the array. So as the same, static return type void, then print array as our method name. Then inside the parameter is int, then r. Next is we have I mean this method prints the elements of the array in a single line, making it easy to see the sorted result. What it does is it prints each integer in the array. R separates by spaces and ends with a new line. So how does this work? I mean, it lacks for loop. So we have to add for int value equals I to R. This is a for each, I think. Then a system and to print our value with a space. Then we have here another space. And I guess that's it. So how does it works? The for loop iterates through each element in the array, and it uses a system out that print to print each integer followed by a space. And we have here a new line after the loop. System that out that print line adds a new line to separate the output. Now moving on is we have here the entrance of the code, the main method. So public So for our entrance of the code is we have here the main method. This main method is where the program starts executing. So we have to declare it public. Static void means main, then string bracket args. So now as we import the scanner, uh, we have to create an object. Scanner equal scanner dot I mean dot system dot so now uh, we have ano we have to prompt a user with a statement enter the list of numbers to be sorted. We have an example given 538842. Then we have to call the object of our scanner string input as our variable of this uh, object scanner that next line as it is a string type. Then we have to add string string input equal to input that split ay, no. So the split method is used to divide the input into string into an array of substrings, each representing a number. So we have to um, convert substrings into string. So it begin with int, then bracket r equal to new int, then inside the bracket is inputs dot length. Then we have to create a for loop int I is equal to 0. Then is equal to 0. Then our condition that I is less than inputs that length, then the iteration, the encryption, then args, and then that args I is equal to integer that percent. So inside this parameter should be the inputs, then I. So that's it. So yeah, this is right. So an integer array R, this one, is created with the same length as the number of substrings. Each substring is converted to an integer using the percent and store it in the R array. So next is we have to prompt user to choose a algorithm, whether it is a bubble sort, insertion sort, or the selection sort. So we have to create a statement that says choose sorting algorithm. Call this then we're creating it into the next line. Then one is the bubble sort, then another next line for insertion sort, and lastly the selection sort. So that's it. Then so we have to declare an int choice as our variable of this data type, then equal to our object scanner dot next int. As the program prints a message asking the user to choose one of the algorithms, it reads the user's choice as an integer, whether it'll be 1, 2, or 3. Then lastly, we have to create a switch case. So it begin with switch, and calling our variable choice para makapili si user sa atoang kanin. I mean kanin. Then a bracket. Then we have in case 1, this should be not yeah, this case 1 calling the bubble sort, and we have to print saying that sorted array using bubble sort. Then in case 2, I guess we copy na natin siya para madali. Pero dapat 3 is our insertion method, and saying the sorted array using insertion method. Copy na lang din again for our uh, case 3, the selection method. Then we have to now that we have a switch case statement is used to call the appropriate sorting method based on the user's choice. The bubble sort are this one, and the insertion and selection are called to sort the array. A message indicating which algorithm was used in printed. If the user's choice is invalid, not 1, 2, or 3, an error message is displayed and the method returns without further processing. So we have to add a keyword break. Then, of course, the default uh, saying, let's just copy this. saying that invalid choice. Then we have to close a scanner in order not to leak. And as I said, it returns. Then lastly, we have to print array int r. The print array method is called to display the sorted array. So this method should be defined elsewhere in the code to format and print the array elements. Then and we have another thing is to close the scanner. Then the braces. So let's test the code if it's working. So it seems like we have an error right here. Says says the to complete expression. So as you can see, we have here an error. It is because we didn't put a braces right here. Then is to close the method, the block. I won't watch your YouTube. So I guess it will be working right now. Ay napay kuan says scanner. Sets under define exercise. Okay, so we didn't put the keyword new, so we didn't create a object. Yes, that should do. So I forgot that we should use the keyword break each cases, so it won't print other case. So I guess this is the final code. Let's run it. 1 1 4 space 2 3 and 5. Then position. Then here you go our result. Thank you for watching.